Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Joseph Motion and Toast here, coming alive. Let's go and hop right into it for episode 7 of our road to 2000 ELO in chess. Yesterday was a little bit of an interesting game. It was to salvage a stalemate, but that's not what we want to do, ladies and gentlemen. We don't want to get stalemates. We want to win. Looks like the baby just woke up. Great timing. So let's go and move ahead with the London system. I've been looking at my stats, and I do win more often with white, probably just because I roll with this all the time. And I do hope to switch things up a little bit. Maybe when I get around 1300, then I'll start using some different openings as white. But for now, I just need to catch up on my ELO a little bit. Get back up to where I was before, which is about 1280. Okay, he offers a trade, which, let's see, take. I actually can't do that trade. Very interesting. I am safe wherever he chooses to go, though. So let's go ahead and I want to get rid of this pawn. I should be giving myself more goals in what it is that I want to try to accomplish each game. I don't want to just go for a win, of course. I want to try and build myself and become better. So I'm hoping to stay ahead of my opponent in time this game, but so far that's not going too great. So if I take, then he takes. Take and takes. Maybe I'll just have to leave that pawn for now. Yeah, I don't want him to fork me with this pawn, so I'll leave that knight. We'll just have to be careful of him. If this pawn weren't here, I could go here and fork these two. I guess he has this guy, though, so we need a little bit better of a strategy. Maybe if I start moving this knight around, this is a strong spot for him. Or I could just try to take this knight out. Let's move my knight up. Let's start attacking this pawn. I'd really like to get this guy out of the way, but I don't have any more pawns, so let's go in and push this one. Try to get him to move. Again, I gotta be faster with my time. I have to take this knight. Move here, take. He'll probably take, and then I can take this pawn, start weakening his position. Problem is, if he takes here, I'm going to have to move my queen. So I should have taken that. Yeah, now I'm hoping he doesn't take. Yeah. If I go here, that wouldn't be good. Let's move here for now. That way he's not able to move his bishop here and attack me. So take, then he's threatening my knight. He's up by 1. I should just take this guy back as soon as I can. In fact, if he takes here, I'm going to be in some trouble. I would have to retake with this guy. Maybe move this guy up. Yep. So I'm not able to take out this knight quite yet. Could go here. Then you probably move this knight. I am down by 1 pawn at the moment. Mostly because of this mistake. I should have done the trade. He'd have been blocking himself off too. So that was a mistake on my part. This would be a strong spot for his knight. That would open things up too. Both of his bishops would be gaining more control of the center. So he might move here, in which case I'll trade with my knight. That way I can get a little bit better of a sight on his king. Right now his king is just behind everything. Okay, and he does it. Make sure I'm not missing anything. I'd like to keep my knight here if possible. Okay, he must have miscalculated there. So I was able to gain my pawn back, so we're back to tied in material. I am double attacking this pawn, but he still has his rook right there. If I were to go here, he'd take, I'd take, he'd take. But I have my queen. So let's see. Take. He moves his queen somewhere. Make sure I do this in the right order. Take. He's in check. Let's take this guy first. So that way we're blocking off this rook. I don't have to worry about him. And then we can try to look at this attack sequence a little bit more. I do think it's solid. I just don't want to get here and then have the queen move somewhere where I can't escape. which is why I decided to sacrifice my knight first, because I think my bishop will have an easier time coming back. So put him in check. And then I think I should just bring him right back here. Unless I go here, but he moves here, I go here. I think I'd rather just keep this pawn from moving his rook anywhere. He's in a good spot for me. Start bringing my rooks. That knight is annoying, unfortunately. Come here, he takes. Then I take his queen, he takes me. I would be okay with that. And make sure there's no better options at the moment. Take, take. Okay, let's do that. He might actually just take with the knight. I'm up by 3, so trades are good at the moment. Let's go ahead and pin his knight down. If I go here, he'll most likely move here, but then I can just move here. Which rook to move? I'm feeling this one. Actually, no, this rook is completely blocked in. Let's do this rook instead. I go here, he moves. Make sure he can't get me in check. I'll probably move up. Let's see what he's after here. And he resigns. Maybe he just blundered. Okay, so solid game. I do know that I made one pretty major mistake. Well, maybe not major because I was only down 1 pawn, but I did make a large mistake in the beginning. But other than that, I felt pretty good about everything. Looks like I was in the lead for the majority, and then this must have been that mistake. Let's take a look here. So we start off, get all of our pieces in play. He makes an inaccuracy with this move. He's trying to further defend this knight, but do a quick trade. Get my rook into a better position. He does the same. Tell his knight to move. Looks like I should have gone. Is this it right here? So this is where things started going downhill. So it looks like I should have gone here. Because if he took, then I would have taken. And I guess that's just, maybe it's just a slightly better position for me. Although usually I don't try to push my rooks up so much. It does seem like Stockfish does it a lot more than I do. Which, you know, says something about what I need to improve on. Can go here, he just move. Yeah, I'm not sure why. I don't see how that's a good move either, because if he takes, then I'm going to be weakening my position by a good amount. But it still says I'm up. It's equal material. . Maybe if I turn this off, then my camera will do a little better. I kind of need it though. Maybe if I reduce the depth, because I know that every time I record and I go through the analysis, my my screen is a little more messed up. Depth. How do I change that? Search time maybe? 4 seconds. Anyway. Let's go back. Okay, so I should have moved my knight. I instead wanted to push up my queen. So that hurt me a little bit. Yeah, that was a mistake. Maybe I was just getting my queen in the open too quickly. You good, bro? This thing not working? Anyway, I get my queen out. Here, yeah, that actually hurt me by quite a bit. So I should have taken, but I didn't. So that earns him a pawn. I have to move my queen. He should have done the trade, but he didn't. He decides to go for a pawn, which I take back. And then that was his big mistake, because that was able to give me a really good position on his king. Equal material at the moment. He blocks his rook. I'm able to take an entire piece. I'm up by 3. After that, I try trading. And he moves over here trying to get a better angle, but it's basically game over. Let's go and finish it off really quick. I do struggle with endgames, so might as well just get the practice, right? Get the trade. And I'd probably just make a queen so I don't have to worry about him. Hey, get back here. Yeah, so I'll just start making a queen now. Come over here. Start making my way down. As long as I don't stalemate him. Oh yeah, that's not game yet, huh? We need to get this pawn out of the way. Okay, well, you guys get the point. So, there's game number 1. Pretty good start. I did make, somewhat of a mistake near the middle or the beginning, but I was able to recover from it. Got a pretty good position on his king, so I'll take it. Okay, usually I'll run with the Sicilian, but today let's go with the Caro-Kann. Or sorry, not the Caro-Kann. He does the queen. No, it's not the Queen's Gambit. So I want him to bring this queen out. So we can just chase him around. Looks like that's not going to happen. Good for him for choosing the correct piece. Let's move this guy up, protect, and control this portion of the board. Okay, he starts trying to attack my weakest square. I wonder if I can just get him out of here sooner rather than later. See, if he moves down here, then he's going to do the fried liver attack on me. So, I mean, just so we don't have to worry about that, I'll move this piece up. That way he can't go here. It'd have to go here. I'd take. Then he'd probably take my pawn. Whatever. I'm up by 1. Let's try our best to keep it that way. Okay, let's threaten to take the pawn. Might just move this guy here. In which case, I would need to castle pretty soon. Okay, starts pushing a little more. Can't take. If I go here, he'd probably just attack my knight. What if we move here? He takes, I take. And then he takes, I take. Do we think that works? Let's do that. Hopefully it doesn't make me triple stack my pawns here, but well, I guess it'd be double stacking, but I'm just kind of going for it right now, which I shouldn't be. I should be going a little slower because I'm up by 1 piece and I should take full advantage of that. Take. So we can't do that. Yeah, so he decides to do en passant, because when you can do en passant, you flip and do it. Move my queen up. I'd rather not, though. Can I threaten this guy? Let's see. Take with the pawn. I don't want to take with the pawn. Let's take here. My queen's still pretty far back, and I'm able to provide extra support for this pawn who's just kind of out there by himself. So now I have 2 knights watching him. I have to watch out for him taking this pawn at some point. He might just move here, at which point I would defend and be fine. So I like to go ahead and castle on the queen side, which is dangerous. Very dangerous, because he has castled on king's side. I mean, I guess I could just move this guy up via Enketo and then do it. Maybe I should do that. So he decides to protect his bishop. My pawns are just so spread out, though. Let's try to get this bishop out of the picture. And yeah, I've decided to go and castle on the queen side. So if he goes here, then I won't be able to actually take quite yet, but I wonder if I could go here and then move this guy and threaten to take. Let's see here. No, he's blocking it with the bishop. Yeah, so I figured that would happen. which means that I should castle. So he takes, I take, he takes, but I'm covered. So let's castle. Okay, and he decides to go for it. Which is nice, because I think I could push some pawns. If I could push a pawn to protect this one, then I would be able to move my queen and my knight around, which would be ideal. Okay, so he threatens to take my queen. Unable to go here or here. I could just move up. I'm going to do that because I would like to continue protecting my pawn if possible. If he goes here, I could take. He takes. But then I can't take. I need to complete my pawn structure. I should move this bishop. Yeah, he's really attacking this pawn, huh? I wanted to bring this rook over to protect, but that's not really working at the moment. Tick, tick, take. I think I'll just have to move this rook. Unless I move something else around. Take, take, take. Can I protect it with any other piece? I don't think I can. So let's just do that. I don't think we're in danger of him doing anything wild unless he starts to attack here. Which, maybe he'll do that in the future. But I think for the time being, I don't have to worry about it. And if he does move his queen to a bad spot, I could take his knight. Again, I feel like he's going to go here. Because then I can't take. He just has like way too many guys on this spot, you know. Which is a shame. Because I don't have any pawns over here except for this one. Yeah, so he does that. Which I figured he would. I'm not really in danger of anything happening at the moment. But depending on where he goes, some naughty things can happen very quickly. I can move here. Threaten this guy, and then I can move my rook over, but you know, if I were to move here, he would probably just move this guy. So maybe move here. He goes here or here, and I'm able to move. I am worried about these knights. They're getting pretty close. If he does decide to take, I'll take with my queen. Gotta keep my pawn structure integrity intact. Integrity intact. Raleigh thinks. Shout out to our sponsor for today. We have Skittles, who freaking love. Love the Skittles. So make sure you go check them out. Link is in the description. Skittles.com. Taste the rainbow. We do have a code. Code is TOAST. That is TOAST. That will get you 0% off. Only valid for the rest of the year. So make sure you use it while you can. Okay, take probably brings his knight back. So I'm thinking I don't like these two knights on my territory. They're too jumpy. So I'll do a knight trade. I really don't like the knights, you know. They're just so naughty. I'm still up by 1 pawn, but it's not a huge amount. I'd like to start to attack this guy if I can, but I can't. If I move here, he takes. That's not going to do anything. What if I go here? I kind of like that idea. Let's see, if I go here, then I can take. He'll probably just jump around somewhere else, but it's an idea. Maybe at some point I could put him in check or threaten his queen by moving over here or something. I feel like we're doing okay so far. We're doing okay. You know, his queen isn't able to attack my king at the moment. His pieces are boxed in. My pieces are out in the open. Both of my rooks are on the action. Okay, so he just kind of moves to a safe square. Here's what I'm thinking. I go here, he takes. I take this pawn. This knight is going to be in the way, though. Calculation time, ladies and gentlemen. Calculation time. Go here. No, let's do this pawn. I go here, he takes. I take his pawn back. He's in check. He isn't going to take, so he moves away. Then I take his rook. It's a little complicated, but man, I really hope I'm doing this right. What if he just takes here? Well, he can't because he's in check. So I take the rook. He takes my knight. I think we're okay. I take his rook. He takes my... yeah, he might take my knight. Then what do I do? Come up here? Here? This guy might ruin it all for me. I mean, he only really has one option. Yeah, it's to move away. So take or put him in check. He takes, I take. I'm overthinking this and I'm running out of time. There might be some really good sequence where I can take as many pieces as possible, but for now, I think I should just take his rook and call that a win for the time being. Yeah, I wish this pawn wasn't here. I could fork his queen and his king. Go here, he would just take... Too bad this pawn is here. So much potential, but we're running low on time. So let's take. His king's in a corner. Okay, so he does decide to do that. So I want to protect. Oh no, don't tell me I can't protect my bishop. If he takes my bishop, I could take his knight though. So let's just move out of the way. Where to though? Let's just move here. Prepare to take that knight if he takes my bishop, which I assume he's going to. If he doesn't, then I can move here. And he takes knight take. Am I still really only up by... oh, I was up by 1 originally. That's right. Now I wish this pawn was gone, because then I could have my rook right down the e-file. He'd be helping out a lot. I mean, we could have made some really cool things happen with this knight working together with my other pieces, but, you know, this pawn was blocking. There was a pawn here. Some really cool things could have happened, but that's okay. Not all is lost. I think we're still good to pull this off. Okay. So I think he's just trying to gain a tempo here. Block. Maybe I should just block him. If I go here and he takes and I take, you take with his knight, I'd take him. Let's try it. I mean, we're up by 3, so we want trades, and that is what might happen right now. Hopefully I'm not giving up too much piece material, though. I think I'm still going to be up by 3 in these circumstances. Oh, no, he's able to take. But then I could take. So much wild stuff going on, ladies and gentlemen. So much wild stuff going on. I think we're okay. Interesting. Okay, so he puts me in check. Which, I guess I should just move away. No, I should go. Ooh, this is tough. Because he has his pawn right here. And he's about to take my bishop. If I move away, he's going to take this rook. Well, that'd be okay. I have to make a decision. Let's move. If he takes, then I can take him, but he's, you know, what this number is going to be at the end of all this, I'm not sure, because then he would take my bishop. Ugh. This is tough, ladies and gentlemen. This is tough. His best course is probably take. I take, he takes. Interesting. Okay. What if I go here and then, you know, right here? Is that checkmate? That is checkmate. What if he goes here? Okay, cool. Well, good game. A lot of stuff happening in the middle game and game there. But you know, again, I was running out of time, but I needed to take that time in order to not lose my advantage. Yeah, that was kind of a crazy end game. I kept the majority for most of it, but it looks like he did get some blunders on me. Horrible accuracy score so far. We'll have to see what happens. Scotch Gambit, is that what it's called? When they bring both of these pieces out and I accept. Scotch Gambit, interesting. Pretty good day. I mean, that's 2 wins in a row. We're up to 1242, so I'll take it. I'll probably do some more studying later today. But in terms of games, I'm going to try to resist. I'll analyze the 2 games I've done today further and see what I could have done. Why isn't this loading? Do I need to turn on my hotspot? There we go. All right, let's run through it. So the Scotch Gambit. So I take, he basically fails his gambit because I'm able to protect that pawn the entire time. I wonder how he could have gained that back. So I'm still up by 1. Do some trading. We really open up the center fast because most of his pawns just stay back. Most of his pawns are not moving the entire time. Looks like I should have gone here to cause his knight to move. I didn't do that though. I decided to push it 1 square further. Okay, he makes a blunder. And so 2 blunders in a row. Ooh. Okay. So maybe I was able to get +3 here. Maybe that's why it was such a big deal for him. So I should have just taken? Really? Why would I want to sacrifice a rook for a knight, though? He comes here. Sorry, guys. I really think my internet is just struggling today. Hey, give me my hint. I need to know what's going to happen. I think I'll turn on my hotspot. This is just slow Wi-Fi. Slow Wi-Fi going on. Okay, I should have pushed forward. See if my hotspot is up. My internet just isn't so great because I'm in my bedroom right now. Woo! And my router is in the living room. Okay, I think we're good. So he takes... So I take, we do a trade. It says I should move here. Because this is a very well protected pawn. And I must be able to take this knight. No? Maybe I'm just being too eager to actually take this knight, but I feel like that's why we did it in the first place. Because he can't go anywhere now, can he? Okay, so on one hand, it's like, no, I can't analyze that much, where I know, like the computer, that the knight can't escape. But on the other hand, you know, when you're in a position like this, and you're able to take out one knight, it's true that if I had taken this one and he took me back, I would probably be able to take him back at some point, just because he's so far in my territory. I have so many pieces around him. But I feel like what was best for me was just taking his knight, because knights are a pretty big weakness. Alright, so this was a big blunder. I was actually trying to figure out what to do. Looks like I should have just moved back and make him move. I try to be a little more aggressive, hoping to have my rooks and my knight work together in order to maybe fork the king and the queen or something else. Obviously that didn't happen, but let's see why that was such a big mistake. So I take, he takes, I move here. He decides to move here, which is a very big blunder. Could have taken... I'm now in enemy territory, but I'm protected. And then just keep pushing, I guess, because this guy's protected. What? I'm so confused. So it looks like the strategy that the computer was going for is it's better to push your knight into enemy territory if he's fully protected the entire time. So he had blundered here. It's saying that I should have pushed, which I didn't. I decided to push my pawn instead. Not a huge mistake. I was able to get a nice little setup here and take a rook. Ooh, what's this? Almost a checkmate. What is happening right now? Okay, so that's very interesting. Let's see. So I take, he takes my knight. I could have gone here, threatening. Why wouldn't he just is my brain not working? Is my brain not working, ladies and gentlemen? If I go here and he takes, then that's checkmate. That's why. I didn't catch that. I did not catch that. So I would be doing something kind of cool. I'd be sacrificing my queen for a checkmate, which is something I've always wanted to do. Doesn't happen very often, the opportunity, but there was an opportunity right there. So knowing this, he wouldn't have taken. He would have had to do something else, but he was going to be in big trouble. So very interesting. Very interesting. I didn't see that. I should have. Maybe that could be a big note for this game is, like, if you have a rook right there ready to checkmate the king, then do whatever it takes to get that rook right there ready to checkmate the king, right? If I had gone here, I bet you anything he would have just by instinct been like, oh, free queen. At least at this level, that's what happens pretty often. Then I could have gone here and that would have been checkmate. So I missed a pretty cool checkmate. That's disappointing. In fact, I blundered big time because he could have gone here. And he could have just taken this bishop. That's probably why. And then he's in a pretty good position. Like, all of his pieces are out now. And yeah. So it's equal material, but he has all these guys out. I only have 3 of my special pieces. Okay, so that was a blunder. Moral of the story there is... well, that was just kind of a calculation thing. Because, yeah, if he had gone here, it's because he was attacking my bishop. So, could have done that. So that was a vital move, which I actually missed. Thankfully, he blundered. And then I blundered. I was supposed to take. I didn't. He would have taken. Okay. For whatever reason I didn't take, I decided it'd be better to continue blocking him off. He blundered. I decided to take his bishop instead of his knight. Or no, I'm sorry. I decided to take his knight instead of his bishop. And then he blundered. And then he blundered. And that was checkmate. Wow. So I think out of our 11 combined blunders, I think... let's count how many there were. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That was 7 out of 11 blunders happening in those last few moves. Pulled off the win, but man, it does hurt when you look back at a game, even if you did win, and you're like, oh, look at that blunder, look at that blunder, look at that blunder, look at that blunder. I mean, especially here, I should have taken. Because I would have still been up by 3. I'll have to look back and see what my thought process was on that. Alright, well, I'll be analyzing these two games, especially this one, with how many blunders there were. But overall, pretty good day. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, favorite, comment, and donate. Go check out my sponsor, Skittles, link in the description. And yeah, I'll keep studying today. And hopefully we'll have another fantastic day tomorrow. See you guys there.